Gentlemen, welcome back once again to the LPL English coverage brought to you by Gosu Gamers and Games in Asia. I'm Pyrotechnics once again on the casting desk with Hubo, Soldier Shem. Hubo, we've got some interesting games coming up after this one. I'm still reeling after those last two sets and our very fun analyst desk.
I'm very confident that this set will help pick us off the ground after that fairly miserable display in set 1. But this OMG IG game, there are so many stories coming into this game. Namely that, first of all, Invictus Gaming has been looking much stronger. After, in week 1, they looked like the strongest team in the LPL. Week 2 to 5, they looked extremely weak. Week 6, looks like they're getting back into form. So, really, this looks like an Invictus Gaming on an upward trend, while OMG is just spiraling down with the arrival and subsequent play of their new support, Koma, who also goes by, he's a man of many names. He goes by Neymar, he goes by 777, he goes by Dada7, he goes by Tricky Boy. So this guy is a man of many names, but his support play is just singularly terrible. Like, it doesn't matter what ID he has, he's been pretty bad throughout. So hopefully he can step it up during this set, because this is a really critical match against the boys from Invictus Gaming.
And speaking of Invictus Gaming, being introduced right now, Young-Soo, the top laner, all the way from Korea on Mook Comet originally, plays a lot of Gragas. First one to do it in the LPL, also has been picking up Shyvana of lately, and then of course we move over into the jungle and we see Illusion, and he's been all about Skarner lately, has gotten it uncontested pick 3 times in a row, as you see on your screen. Mixed success. Yeah. Last couple games against YG certainly helped out. And then especially when you play a champion like Skarner, but I think this is illustrative of Illusion's play in general. He's been very reliant on his teammates to make plays. This guy has been very low impact. Not Satai, sorry, Illusion. Satai, on the other hand, I think we're seeing a little bit of the old Satai now, bring out a lot of different champions, playing a lot of different styles. I think now that all Invictus Gaming wants to do is try to counter-pick for the mid lane now, give Satai as many advantages as he can and as they can, and put Kid on slightly more standard AD carries. So this team really, Kid is having one of the seasons of his life, but it is Satai's team, and the team revolves around their mid lane. Do have a pretty strong bot lane, though, as we just saw. Kid and Kitties have had quite a lot of success lately, but now over to the other side is going to be the boys in black, OMG. Big crowd favorites, as we could see in the preview show, but they are going to be playing minus their primary support tonight, or so I've been told. I'd be very surprised to see Cloud up there on the roster this evening. However, they have still maintained a pretty high win percentage. Last couple games not ended so hot for them. Couldn't pull out a single win against EDG, and here they are. This would be the support player, so here, yep, there we go. Looks like it's this time going to be Cloud, actually, so I am surprised.
Wait, Cloud's here?
Yeah, and he got a haircut,
too.
too.
Thank God Cloud's back. Oh, my goodness. Okay, this is going to be...
That's why they're called OMG.
Okay,
this know how to surprise you.
Okay, OMG's going to do it. First of all, my prediction is going to be an OMG 2-0 sweep of Invictus Gaming. That has changed.
So Son on the AD carry role. Yeah, this is actually pretty big that they have managed to get him back. Apparently, he didn't have too much school to worry about after all.
Okay, maybe this guy skipped his exams or something like that. I would do it. I gotta
totally
go grind that ELO. I gotta go grind that ELO. You know what I'm saying?
And then there's Cool in the mid lane.
I can't get over, and Cool's Xerath pick. Yeah, that Xerath pick was actually really interesting. His Yasuo was pretty good, too. His Orianna's still a little bit rusty. But Cloud being back, wow, that means a lot. Just in time, too. And it's important to note, first of all, our fans have to remember that Cloud has missed about a week and a half because of sickness, because of school exams. So this guy might be looking a little bit rusty, but not anything, sorry, because, Neymar... Koma is obviously a diamond, a challenger tier support, right? At least in solo queue. He's a professional player. We can't take that away from him. But, I call Cloud my next Chinese Mad Life, right? I think this guy is the real deal. So, really, if Cloud is back in form, he should be an immediate upgrade at the support position. Very, very good for OMG, and this basically almost instantly brightens their prospects in the face of this Invictus Gaming, this
trending. I mentioned before that they were trending upwards. This advancing and this ascending Invictus Gaming team.
So IG will have a little bit tougher of a time in that bot side, and this makes the 2v2 look a little bit stronger in favor of OMG. However, Kid and Kitty still have to be contended with. Now, going forward into the picks and bans, what do you think will be the first big takeaway of this game? We're going to see OMG, I believe, on the red side this game, so they will not get the first pick.
I mean, it's all about who gets the Kog'Maw and the Gragas. Really, the team that plans to first pick the Kog'Maw, they really need to ban the Ziggs, because this Ziggs counter pick, and I mentioned it before, a lot of people didn't realize how big the first game between Naj and White Shield and the KT arrows were, because at least for me, because I did not see. It's so easy to play against the Kog'Maw if you run a composition like Gragas with Nocturne, with Ezreal, with Ziggs, and the Ziggs especially does so well against the Kog'Maw pick. So if you're a member of OMG, I think OMG's picking on blue side this time. I have no idea, but if you have the first pick, and these Chinese teams tend to first pick that overpowered Kog'Maw, right? If you have the first pick and you plan to pick the Kog'Maw, you really should ban the Ziggs or the Xerath. Anything is fine. Even though if you don't ban the Xerath and let it go, then Yasuo is a very good answer. So, I mean, these teams have a lot of choices here, but
yeah. Well, there's no way they're going to ban Satai's extensive champion pool. More of an Ocean, really. And speaking of Ocean, I imagine Nami will be a popular pickup for both these supports. Cloud is a pretty good support player, although I would argue Kitties might have a better Nami play.
Yeah, I mean, I think both Cloud and Kitties do have very good Namis. Kitties is, I don't talk about Kitties a lot because to me, he and Kid are a package. They're both stellar players. I mean, let's be real. They are really good at what they do. And mainly that's been carrying Invictus Gaming or providing, more than adequate amount of damage from the bottom lane. But it's really hard to see, it's really hard to see how IG can win with Cloud back. Unless Cloud is very rusty, then of course, if any player is rusty, then you can take advantage of that. So, IG is also a team that kind of predicates on preying on an opponent's weaknesses. So expect Illusion to possibly take a few trips down to the bottom lane, or the top lane, if you so wishes.
Yeah, no, this is could be a very roam-heavy comp. We'll see what they end up going. Looks like they're resolving a few technical issues before we get off the ground now. It's Satai motioning for what they're going to go for first, but it will be Invictus Gaming on the blue side and immediately banning away Kale.
Yeah, I mean, standard bans, of course, in 4.11, Kale and Kassadin we won't have to worry about anymore, and that's why I call 4.11 the golden age of Chinese League of Legends.
Frees up a little bit more potential, but they don't want to give that to GoGoing.
Yeah, it does. No, GoGoing has been... GoGoing's Kale has been just okay. I think he does... GoGoing excels on champions like Gragas, like Shyvana, so...
So, what do they ban first? OMG taking their time, really.
So, it really depends, because if IG... I honestly do think that IG will first pick a Kog'Maw, just because that's the trend in Chinese League of Legends. That's the trend all over the world, in both in Korea, in China, and the United States as well. So... Oh, did OMG actually miss a ban? Yeah, so OMG might have missed
it. That's kind of odd, actually.
They might have been penalized a ban, but OMG definitely has to ban Kassadin right here. I mean, they can't let the Kassadin go. They should just immediately... They should ban the Kassadin, and depending on the last pick coming out from IG, they should decide what to ban then. Because if IG does first pick the Kog'Maw, then they can grab the Ziggs and the Gragas for themselves. Alternatively... OMG, if they want to run the double AP versus a Kog'Maw AD carry pick, they might run the Mundo. They might ban the Mundo, and I don't know what OMG is doing.
This is really so odd. Strange. 2 bans not used. I don't know what's going on down there, but clearly something big. And remember, and I just checked Twitch chat, remember that this is 4.10. 4.11 starts on Monday. So IG bans Lulu. This is weird. OMG might be... I've never heard of a team being penalized all 3 bans before. I think they're actually just not opting to ban.
Yeah, this is a... If this is true...
This is like maximum disrespect if that's the case. It's like we don't need bans to beat you guys.
Oh my goodness.
First lock Kassadin. Here we go, baby. They're hovering it still, but this
Okay,
would
so if
be
they don't
great
ban
on
the
either
Cassidy,
Yangsu or Zatai.
if they don't ban the Cassidy, this is going to be so
Yeah,
weird. Because
that's
if they don't ban the Cassidy, then then if IG can't pick the Kog'Maw because they have to run the Cassidy. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, but
So
Kid can
okay,
play
there's
a
the
lot of
Cassidy.
Triforce ADCs too. They're gonna opt to pick
Right.
up Lee Sin first for Drug, but Illusion he might not even be going for that. He's been favoring Skarner so much on 4.10. Yeah, this is a really strange pick and ban phase already. I don't know
Yeah.
what to make of that.
I honestly
okay, that's
think
a good takeaway though. Thresh away from Kitties is fairly big. Probably will make him play Nami at this point then.
Yeah, and you are a little bit ahead of me, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh my browser. Okay, so the weird thing is about letting Kassadin go is that Kassadin does well against Gragas. So you really can't pick a Gragas just in case Youngsu knows how to play a top lane Kassadin. That's where the worry is for OMG. I really don't know why they let these lanes go through. This is really, really interesting. Okay, it is a Kog'Maw second pick, so the Kog'Maw is going to get picked out.
Yeah, last second switch over from the Lee Sin, and that means
Right,
Illusion
sorry.
has an option to pick up Lee Sin, but he's still going for the Skarner hover, and that means Kid might now get his Tristana lock in, and he will.
Okay, so okay, and I'm sorry I missed just a little bit because I was off. Okay, so this is an interesting champion interaction. I've never seen the synergy between Kassadin and Skarner before, but I expect with the right, I think they might even grab something like a Karma support. But the idea is that Youngsu would go. I mean, not Youngsu. Sorry, Zatai would go, apply a 3-second slow, allow Illusion to come in and impale one of the members of OMG DUTV, preferably Sans Kog'Maw, and then there's the Rise. I don't know if Rise is a counterpick to Kassadin. I don't think any AP mid laner is a counterpick to Kassadin. The Lee Sin is also locked in. This is interesting. I've never seen this before.
Very, very strange.
Yeah.
OMG has certainly a different strategy up their sleeves this time around, but what does IG do going forward? They've gotten almost every pick they wanted, and oh my goodness, we forgot about the mustache man, Braum, on the table. He's going to get locked in as well as Young Gragas. That is a huge pickup for Invictus Gaming.
Right, these are really strong picks from IG, but OMG, sorry, have really strong picks themselves. Okay, wow. So we also have to determine whether that Rise is going to the mid lane or the top lane. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at the top lane because I've never seen a Rise Gragas lane because it hasn't been played it hasn't been played competitively yet. But I expect that Going will have a lot of outplay potential. Also, given the fact that if Going can maneuver around those barrels, he can reach the mid game relatively safely. And once that Rise starts stacking up the tier, he hits a huge power spike in the mid to late game. So OMG obviously have a really nice late game team composition, but at the same time, so do IG. Wow, I hope this Fizz gets locked in. This will be huge for Chinese League of Legends.
Looks like it's gonna be so cool.
Oh my goodness!
Going over to Fizz
cool
this time.
Locking in the Fizz.
Oh wait a minute. Is that going? No, okay. For 1 second, I was thinking maybe.
Okay.
No, okay. It's gonna be going in the top with Rise against Youngsu's Gragas. So this is a lot of game of firsts right now. No bans. Rise top against Youngsu's Gragas.
I mean, Mr. Pyrotechnics, the hype is so real right now. This Fizz pick from Cool, in answer to that Kassadin, wow, I've never been. It's rare that I've been this excited for an LPL match. As much as I do love the Chinese League of Legends scene, this is going to be a really fun match. In terms, I mean, Cool we all know how good Cool is. I mean, this man is masterclass. There shouldn't be any doubts as to Cool's skill with any single champion, but I'm just interested to see how he plays this assassin. Obviously Fizz is a pick that sees a lot of time in the EULCS. Fizz often actually gets banned in the EULCS, and he did receive a few buffs. He does receive a few buffs in the next patch, so, I mean, this is looking really interesting. Oh, wow. So, I think this is another one of those cases where this game is really on Cool to try to carry, because that Fizz can either unlock the world for you, or it can just shut down the entirety of the team with you. I mean, an entire team can be shut down with an ineffectual Fizz pick. So really, I mean, Cool needs to either go even or win lane or do something because OMG, I mean, the side of Invictus Gaming have a lot of answers to that Kog'Maw pick, and if you don't want, a Caston, a Skarner, a Gragas going just completely destroying your black back line, you really have to make sure that you have enough threats of your own. The Rise is a good start, but that Fizz, man, that Fizz is a really big pick here for OMG.
It's going to be hard to take down slippery little fish that he is, but here we go, loading up onto the Rift. Invictus Gaming, OMG. This is going to be a big game, and it's going to mean a lot. Will OMG do what some might expect and take a pretty dominating victory with Cloud in the bot side, but with this pick ban phase going, I think, pretty even, to be honest, and Zatai running Caston is huge. He plays everything, but Caston is a really strong pickup.
Right, so we see the standard lanes coming out. Oh my goodness, he picks the Void Fizz too.
Yep.
God damn.
Yep, that's just a whole lot of fun. Little dance party in the top lane. Youngsu says, "Come at me, bro. Go going." He's gonna spam his laugh up, but so far just a line of scrimmage from either team. OMG playing this one out very safely to open the game up. It definitely will be. No shenanigans. Cool gonna rock that mid lane Fizz, and they might look to posture for a bit of a late invade.
I honestly don't know how well Fizz does against Kassadin. I mean,
we'll find out.
Yeah, I expect that they go relatively even with. I expect that it's a skill matchup, but I mean, just Kassadin does so well against AP mid laners. So, and they're looking. It looks like they're posturing for a 2v1 switch here. Both OMG and IG have really strong lanes right now. Again, I'm not too familiar with these individual matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if OMG wants to rotate, though.
Yep, Kid Kitty's an illusion hiding out in that blue side. I think this is going to be a double lane swap, actually. They're waiting for the invade that's never going to come, though.
It might just be, honestly.
Yeah, that looks like it. There's no reason they'd be leashing on the blue side other if they were going to go up. Now, you see Cloud moving in with Kog'Maw here, with San, but they back away almost instantly, realizing Kitties is there, and they know this 2v2 is going to happen anyways. So I think this still favors Invictus Gaming a little bit, just because even though Brahm's early game is not all that strong, and Cloud's Thresh should be a little bit able to set up picks, it's going to be very difficult for them to make a lasting impact in the early game. Both ADCs are much more late game hyper carries.
Yeah. I know Fizz used to be played back before the pre-work Kassadin, but just because both Kassadin, since the beginning of time, and Fizz now have been banned so many times, I just don't know the matchup that well. On the top, it looks like yeah, you did predict the double lane switch, so it looks like Go-Going and Youngsu are going to flex their muscles in the bottom lane this time. And this is going to be a little bit interesting because that basically means that Dragon is not a huge factor for both of these teams because none of the junglers are picked elite this game, and so therefore can't sneak in a dragon, a cute dragon at either this 5 to 6 minute mark or something like that. So looks like Illusion might go in for an early gank.
He's waiting very patiently, see if Cool ends up using his pull. Oh, in the top though, Drug tries to make a move. He can't quite do it. That was a nice power play just for a moment, but Illusion also gets nothing in this mid side. The two assassins should be able to duke it out with each other well for a while, just because of the double crystalline flash starts. Now Drug hanging around the side might get spotted out by Illusion. Both of these junglers trying to make a lot of ganks early. This is definitely their style. However, Illusion's going to spot Drug out. Tiny little health bar differential, see if he can't take him down. He's going to kite away to a minion. Nice use of the Sonic Wave, trying to get away. Gets himself a little farm. Zatai now coming around the side. Lanes now are pushed up, kind of in reverse order. Oop, Drug going to not quite get his smite off as Illusion takes a bit of his jungle away and motions for that top side. This is a very pushed Kog'Maw and Thresh, and he might be able to make something happen.
Yeah, and everything looking fairly standard right now. I myself...
Slow down. Is he going to do it? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Cloud, nice disengage.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to restart my stream right now, but it looks like everything is all evened up for both IG and OMG. The junglers, just because of the way the lanes, worked out, the junglers do have a lot of time to gank both of these lanes, even though you would expect the pressure would be on Drug to make plays, especially since the Invictus Gaming's team composition does scale just a little bit better than OMG's. So Of course, I mean, I think in team fights, it's really not going to matter.
Kid's jumping on a Cloud. Illusion's in there. They're focusing the support very heavily. Flay back into tower. Kitty's taking aggro. He's still alive. One more hit will do it. That's a trade. They get support for support, and that turns out better in favor of OMG just because they were able to do that 2v3.
Oh my goodness! If Cloud was able to land his death sentence,
was clutch.
Yeah. But the flay was a really nice flay though, so they are able to trade 1-for-1. I don't know who got first blood. Do you remember, Pyra?
Yeah, it ended up being Cloud who went down first. So in favor of Illusion, actually picked that kill up.
Yeah.
However, San got the kill in the 2 trade. Oh, Zatai, he goes forward, misses, and I don't know if he's going to be able to take down Cool here. Nope, Drug's going to push him down, and Zatai falls. Cool baited that one out. Nicely done, OMG.
Nice job, Cool. I mean, really, really foolish as a tie to go towards the enemy jungle without any ward coverage. I mean, really, that situation could have been avoided.
Way too
now you see Cloud, exerting some pressure in the top lane.
Yeah, without Kitty's right in the area, Kid's got to be careful not to get hooked up by Death Sentence. Cloud, though, he was going very aggressive without the help of his ADC. Yongsu now taking a lot of poke from this Rise in the bot side, going, chasing him out. And Yongsu, this might be the answer, actually. Going has the bit of range on Yongsu, and he's been unable to answer.
Yeah, I mean, and let's remember, Going has been playing a lot of Rise, and Thresh is Cloud's champion. I mean, this guy, #1 in solo queue on the Relia server. This guy knows how to play Thresh, so he's obviously very good on the on a mechanical type of champion. So OMG very comfortable with what they have right now.
This might be a fight. Zatai doesn't want to take this one. Flash forward. Illusion has the tiniest of health bars. Zatai's kiting it out though. But yeah, OMG is just pushing way far forward.
He's dead.
Yep.
Is he?
No, he's alive. Survives it. Oh, the jump in midair. Kid's gonna get caught by Cloud. Kitties jumps in. Stand behind me, and San gets turned around on. Kid staying alive. Man. Nicely done. IG's got to be careful though. San just hit 6. You can see the level differential with these roams coming in from the support players. Yeah, nicely done, but so far it stays even.
Additionally, it's a level 6 San to a level 4 Kid. I mean, Cloud is just you were talking about before how Cloud was being really aggressive with that Thresh, and he was trading a lot with, and Cool might have just tanked a whole minion wave right there, and how Cloud was trading really aggressively with the enemy AD carry, but all that means is that they're denying so much experience out of Kid. He has absolutely no room to play right now. Just wonderful play from Cloud this game.
Yeah, Zatai and Yongsu now.
Really trying to bait something in right here.
Yeah, it feels like IG is being a little more aggressive than they need to. Cloud looking to set something up now with his roam. But they've done everything they need. They've gotten San 1 kill so far. They've been able to exert pressure all around the map with Drug. Illusion and Zatai are going to be taking this blue buff. But I feel like Invictus Gaming are just taking aggressive maneuvers when they don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, OMG making all the right moves right here. I mean, this is what separates a mid-tier LPL team from a top-tier LPL team. It's not even the flashiest of plays. It's like the little things, the ward coverage, roaming around the map, communication. Really, OMG's doing all the things right. And despite you would expect a fairly rusty Cloud, it looks like they're feeling pretty good about themselves in the early game. It does look like Zatai is beating Cool in CS, 57 of 42 CS in that lane, sorry. And that might be one of the reasons why Cool's asking Drug and
the kite fest. Wow. That was so cool to see. Illusion getting turned on. Cool, he's taken low though. Lantern's back. He's got no health left, and he goes down to the red buff. Illusion picks him up. Illusion now trying to kite away from Cloud, and San gives himself up for dead, and he gives up the double buffs over to San. Once again, OMG, it turns in their favor after initially not looking so good. Nice turnarounds with Drug and Cloud.
Right, and I mean, Kitties couldn't leave that lane just because he was so far behind, but San is so strong right now. Additionally, he has double buffs. I mean, San is in the perfect position to carry this OMG team right here. I mean, we were talking earlier about, whether Going could carry on his Rise, whether Cool could carry on his Assassin Fizz, right? I mean, this San, let's not forget about the San guys. San and Cloud have been really putting in a lot of work, and despite the fact that they've had to give Kid, some free time in lane and some pressure against that turret, San rotates just in time to that top lane to collect all the farm, collect all the experience with the double buffs. I mean, this guy's looking so good right now.
Absolutely. So now Son and Cloud once again taking their places back in the top. This is such a mobile OMG team. I didn't expect them to be able to get around the map as quickly as they have, and especially Son on an AD carry like Kog'Maw that's just not known for early game ability. They've really just been massively out-rotating. Despite the free farm that Kid has had, he's still down about 10 to this Kog'Maw just because he hasn't been able to stick around in lane quite so well. And Invictus Gaming have to do something about this. There are a lot of hyper carries on the side of OMG, and even though they have a better late game scaling comp, they are really not looking like they're holding out very well.
I mean, just, the amount of burst from OMG, really, if Cool does his job at all, this kid will be taken out of the fight immediately, and that's one of the reasons why, Fizz is such a power pick. Additionally, Tristana's rocket jump has such a long cast time that it opens you to outplay, just like we saw Cloud, just like how we saw Cloud outplay Kid when that death sentence grabbed Kid mid rocket jump. So honestly, OMG looking in full control right here, despite only a 100 gold lead. I think OMG are really where they want to be right now, and I might be hyping OMG up a little bit, but they are looking really crispy.
Really crispy, I guess is one way to put it. And Zatai would rather Cool be looking crispy. He wants to serve him up a nice platter of Null Sphere to see if he can do it. I was trying to go somewhere with that one, not sure if I could. But Youngsu now, trying for the roam. It's so hard to gank a Fizz, though. This is nearly impossible. He's gone down once. That was thanks to an illusion gank. But with Rise free farming, going to be pushing this lane in. Illusion and Youngsu have to make something happen, and they're just backing away. This is not looking too good right now for Invictus Gaming.
I mean, additionally, Illusion can't really make that many plays and a little trade in the mid lane. Illusion can't make that many plays in the top lane just because San took Phage first, and Cloud has warded the top side of the jungle very well. You can see, I think, 3 wards around that area. So, I mean, there's virtually no way that the jungler for Invictus Gaming can get onto that duo lane, and it looks like Kid and Kitties are going to have to fend for themselves, which it doesn't look like. Then it's 76 CS to 93, so that feat in itself doesn't look very optimistic right now.
Cloud hooks into a minion, grabs his way a little closer to Zatai,
That's
and
funny.
Forces him out of lane. Yeah, that was a really nice mechanic, actually. So Cool going to be able to push this lane. A lot of pressure being exerted in this mid to try and shut Zatai down. Now Youngsu getting kited out by Going. He cannot get anything going for himself, as he once again is forced back under the relative safety of his tower. Illusion now coming to try and say something about that. Meanwhile, the top lane 2v2 will resume. Game's still pretty even, actually. Dead even in gold, despite the plays being made by OMG. They haven't allowed serious lead to be taken. Cloud's going to come in, doesn't get his flay off. He's trying his heart out, though, with those hooks to make something happen. And now Going once again staying safe as Illusion reveals himself on the bot side. I'm surprised Illusion hasn't taken a trip onto this top. They really want to maintain dragon control.
I mean, yeah.
He gets it. He gets that nice impale, but a flash away from Going means he stays safe. Yangsu trying to catch up to deal some damage, but he can't. And Illusion tanks a few tower shots before backing away.
Yeah, I mean, Going has... I think Going had already used his ultimate, but, we were talking about mobility before. The reason why Illusion can't go to the top side is because San has a Phage, and Cloud just has so many tools and has warded so well, so it's basically a no-fly zone for Illusion to go, for that Scorpion to go. Additionally, Going has a movement speed steroid in his ultimate.
Yangsu now getting caught up. Drug and Going. They're chasing forward. Cool's going to turn it back around. Yangsu nearly picks a kill in that one, but that was a nice collapse. And OMG just looking slightly shinier on every one of these plays.
They go through the ice. They go through the Invictus Gaming side of the jungle. They really want Cool to get going, so they purposely leave, that really weak Youngsu up just for the Earth. I mean, I don't know what is Fizz, a fish, an Earth. For Fizz to take it. I mean, Cool's looking really strong right now. He has a Sheen, he has his Aether Wisp. He's going to get that Lich Bane very soon. So, again, things looking very nice for OMG. I think the reason why OMG hasn't extended this lead yet is just because the bottom lane is in... Well, the dual lanes for each of the teams respectively are in the top lane. So there are no opportunities to fight at Dragon. But once... I expect a big play to occur. Maybe Drug will come in. Maybe Cloud will hit a hook. Maybe Kitties will land a really nice ultimate, but until something shifts in that top lane,
it looks like these lanes are going to continue, and it's going to be all about whether Drug can roam, whether Illusion can roam, and whether Cool and Zatai can roam on their assassins. I mean, that's the ticket.
Now, Cool has been doing a pretty good job at roaming around as he will look to complete that Lichbane first item, give him even more mobility this time. Zatai has actually opted to go for the Seraph's Embrace first, and I don't think I've seen this on a Kassadin, but then again, you barely get to see Kassadin. Voidfish comes out, but Illusion more than happy to tank that one up.
Yeah, Cool just throwing out the shark right there. The Void Shark, sorry.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's pretty terrifying. That's
the
way
Latin,
worse than Earth.
The official name is Voidus Sharkurus. You know?
I see. Oh, Zatai trades it up with Cool, but Cloud comes in.
Nice
That
Zatai.
was a really nice kite backwards with the Rift Walk, but it doesn't matter. They're going to dive the tower for it. Box comes in. Cloud going to get eaten up by the tower. Cool
Cloud
is doing
God amongst mortals.
fantastic at kiting away, but it was a 1-for-1 as Zatai manages to get the last laugh in that one. Still trading support for mid. Not optimal for Invictus Gaming, and Illusion comes in to try and clean up, but he can't do it. Cool now pulls in forward, and he'll be just fine. This is some nice roaming coming out of OMG.
You know, and look at the difference between the junglers. I mean, Cloud is always on point. Yes, he did die that time, but he just denied so much experience from Zatai, who desperately needs it. I mean, this guy wants to get a hit on his Kassadin. He wants to have he wants to really have a lot of game impact.
How did he find that hook?
Yeah, what a oh my goodness. What a nice hook right there.
You know, Illusion secured that. I don't know if Cloud would have gotten away even if he didn't impale. I think he might have wanted to save that. Judgment call.
Yeah, no, but, you know, as long as you're denying experience from the enemy mid laner, it's fine. You know, just Cloud's doing the right thing right now. He's roaming. He's looking for plays. It's more than Kitties is doing, certainly, because Kitties has been constantly late on these rotations. He hasn't been doing much to impress, you know, our Western LPL fans, and because of the amount of pressure that OMG is putting all over the map, they're able to get vision control of the dragon and subsequently take it at the 16-minute mark. A relatively late dragon, but a nice objective nonetheless.
As far as LPL standards go, I mean, that was...
Yes, sir.
We've seen 3-minute dragons even on this patch, so Drug and Cloud now still waiting in the wings to see if they can set up a pick, but nobody from Invictus Gaming wanting to check around the side. You're right about this. Kitties and Kit have been entirely ineffective just farming away in the top side, and they're not even beating Son in farm, despite the fact that he hasn't been in lane for a good chunk of the game.
I mean, the good thing that, you know, since Son does have the Phage, he does have a little bit more movement speed. He's been able to go up and down the map, and he's been able to collect a lot of the free lane farm right when it pushes into the turret. So they've been really smart about controlling the minion waves. OMG has been really smart about controlling minion waves and collecting, just taxing that golden experience whenever it comes to their own turrets. So really nice heads-up play from OMG. You know, usually Cloud or Drug, they roam, they look for kills, and then they'll go back to their lanes.
That's exactly what they're doing. So as the laning phase sort of resumes in sort of a strange fashion, continue to trade out, but it does seem that Kid and Kitties are late to every party that they're attending right now, and OMG just been taking full advantage of the tools that they have on their side. Invictus Gaming looking a little bit lost. I don't think they expected to get the picks that they did, and it seems like they haven't practiced them as much.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it, and it seems that IG is going to be looking for some advantages. They might be trying to gank.
Kid, good going, is dealing a lot of damage to him. He kites away from everything, but he can't live through this one now.
God.
It took Kitties and Illusion to try and lock him up, but he's still on the run. Marathon Rise here, and he's going to go down. Zatai will Rift Walk in, but this is going to leave the tower wide open for the combination of Son and Drug, or is it? Yangsu, explosive cast makes Son... or makes Drug and Son actually have to back away for the moment. Cool's going to dive in on this one. Yangsu flashes away, trying to survive, avoids the ult. He might actually get someone down with him, and here is Cloud on the outside, doing a good job of kiting away. Yangsu finally goes down, nearly takes Son with him, though. That was a pretty big play, and it took a lot of effort on OMG's part to secure that. This means the top lane tower now in trouble.
So they trade dragons and turrets. It's going to be interesting who says chicken first on this top lane, on this turret race.
It does look like the meta.
Yeah, it does look like the members of OMG are eventually going to recall and go to that top lane. I expect Cloud will recall soon, too, as soon as Stan has enough damage on this turret, and they know that the AD carry can take that bottom lane turret. And I actually think that Zatai got the mid lane turret as well. So overall, a really nice trade from IG to get back into this game. And wow, what a lot of free lane experience for Kid. I mean, Kid has to do something with his experience now, right? I mean, Kid has been ineffective all game. For the past 20 minutes or so, he really hasn't done much. He's just been staying in lane, trying to freeze lane whenever he can, and or push the minions into the turret whenever he sees the AD carry and or support of OMG in other lanes. But this guy has had really little game impact. He's just been freezing the lane. He's just been farming. He needs to do something with the experience and the farm he got. He's 161 to 174 CS, still losing the CS department. I mean, he needs to make plays right now because San is outplaying him on both the strategical and mechanical level.
Yeah, so Cloud and Drug have been roaming pretty epically this game, and they've been making some huge plays over Invictus Gaming in the solo lanes, but when the team fight comes in, IG is not too far behind. Despite giving up Dragon, they've managed to secure a number of kills for themselves, a number of collapses, and there's this ticking time bomb, and his name is Kassadin. Zatai might be 1, 2, and 2, but he's got his Seraph's Embrace already. He's set up, interestingly enough, a Abyssal Scepter, so heavy on the magic damage this game, and Yangsu that'll help him out just a little bit as well to reduce the MR with that aura. How are they going to take these team fights, though? Because San is going to be safe in the backline unless they can dive him. I know Zatai can,
yeah,
but he would be squishy without the Zhonya's Hourglass.
Right. I mean, the thing is that there are so many, especially in the early to mid game, there are so many zones of control for OMG. First, you have Drug, which, and my client just froze.
We have a lag. Yeah, I had a bit of an issue, too.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll keep talking about it as we
right.
try and make sure
so,
this happens.
Drug's Lee Sin. Obviously, Lee Sin is one of the most flexible champions. That's why he's considered broken by many professionals. Going, that's kind of a midline champion. You can assault the AD carry. You can alternatively, you can stun tanks who are assaulting your backline. Cool obviously is going in, and the question really is, I think, more than whether Zatai can get to San, just because San has so much peel, whether Kid can avoid the 100-0 burst from Cool's Fizz, especially given the fact that Cool is 2-1-3, and that our stream is down. Froggen must have DDoSed it. We are going to rip a road
and make sure we can try and get Reset actually put us up on a splash screen just for the moment, but
yes,
see if
sir.
we can't get more or less back into the game. And it's really too bad. I don't want to miss this one. It's really exciting, and it's just getting into mid-game.
I need to see Cool play. I'm going to refresh my page. Hopefully that comes out for the best. Hopefully it syncs up our streams finally, because I've been behind you for such a long time.
Yeah, we'll take a really quick break, actually, guys, as we're trying to get the stream refreshed for you all. But for the time being, I'm going to leave us with actually a little bit of... Oh, wait, maybe not. Okay, it's reloading. I was going to go to a break, but there's no need to do that. We'll
yeah, you can listen to my elevator music, like "Fly Me to the Moon."
How about some Soldier karaoke? Need a few more shots of Soju to make that happen, I think.
Oh my goodness. Wait, so has it come back on for you?
It's actually reloading on my end, so I'm still waiting for the QQ to go through. I think that might have been just a crash on the QQ client. We blame
Tencent.
Blame Tencent. Never. Tencent is love.
I actually blame Kelsey Moser. And
shots fired.
I consider Kelsey Moser the root of all my problems. Oh, Russian. Zashakish? Wait, this isn't Russian. What the hell?
We're still having a few technical difficulties. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and kick us over to a little bit of music while I try to get the stream located back online. So, for now, please enjoy that, and we will try to get you back into the game as soon as we possibly can.
No karaoke?
No karaoke. We'll save it for Plan C. All right, guys, we are back into the game. Sorry for the brief delay. It was apparently a catastrophic internet failure over in the studio, but we've resolved that. I hope you enjoyed the music. I know the first song might not have been up to par. I hope the second one was a little better. Hey, Ibo, were you jamming out?
I was doing in my head, and I don't think we missed too much of the OMG IG game because we weren't too far away from 21 minutes, were we?
No, we certainly weren't. I think
and then
maybe missed a grand total of 30 seconds.
Yeah, because Cool was 2-1-3. So, as I was mentioned before, Cool was looking very strong back then, and I think he'll continue to look stronger. And so, really, talking about this OMG IG game, the dynamic between Kid and Cool, really the two most consistent players for these two Chinese squads, is going to be really key here. And these two players can play to the best of their abilities because Kid especially is going to need to do that.
Yeah, that I'm surprised at his performance so far. I mean, he's 1-0. That's not terrible, but it just has not made a huge impact on this game. Starting to play the Rune King as well, actually going to hit a pretty delayed power spike, and this just seems uncharacteristic of Kid. So going forward now, OMG take themselves. Well, don't take themselves a dragon because it ends up being IG take themselves a dragon. That was a nice sneak move.
That was that was a really weird dragon.
That was very needed.
Because IG just reset the gold, reset the gold count with that dragon. So, I guess the next answer for OMG will be to take this turret. And if you look at the bottom lane, actually, it looks like Cool's going to go on to Kid right here. I think we're going to see a duel.
Whoa! Okay, a tower gets taken in the bot side by Kid, but he ends up going down to Cool after that one.
Yeah, Cool.
Not who you want to give kills to.
Yeah, Cool. I mean, Kid just got destroyed. But, given the fact that, it's a trade-off, of course, because you never want to give a Fizz early kills before the 25-minute mark, but at the same time, IG did get the global gold, and if OMG isn't able to return with a turret of their own right here, then it might be that trade actually might have been.
His health bar is being bursted, and he goes down.
Nice.
That's good going, mopping that one up, and this tower is looking as good as dead. They want to chase forward. The box coming in. Kitty's getting locked up. Bramulti's going to come out. Doesn't matter. They take him down in illusion. Has to spend a flash to get away. I don't believe it. San picks up the tower, and Cool wrecks on forward towards this bot side, pushing himself even further far into IG territory. Now he's turning on to Zatai.
He's turning around.
Got to be careful. Kid's coming around the side as well. But OMG have just made a massive power maneuver, and they might take the second-tier tower too.
Cloud, you god amongst men. What a play. What a play. And obviously we saw the explosion of Kid back there, but this is what OMG has to do now, and this is actually very reminiscent of what the Taipei Assassins used to run back in the past GPL season. They'd put, not Taipei Assassins, it was AQ, it was HQ Esports Club, and what the HQ Esports Club would do is they'd put Westdoor on a split pushing Fizz, and they just tell this guy to go completely ham, and now Cool can do the exact same thing. This guy can go anywhere he wants to. He is 3-1-2. He has the Lich Bane. He is very strong right now. So, given the fact that the members of OMG, San, Cool can duel anyone right now, just the split push and tower siege is so good. OMG is really right where they want to be at this point in the game, at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, OMG just turning up the heat on Invictus Gaming, and this is pretty much the first substantial gold lead they've managed to secure all day. They take themselves a couple of towers. They managed to burst down a couple of key members of Invictus Gaming. And honestly, at this point, it's getting a little difficult to deal with this Fizz. He's 3-1. He started with the Lich Bane. Pretty big, but there's still this Castle to contend with. And Zatai, as great as he is, just has not been making the same caliber of plays as Cool has.
Yeah, obviously, given the fact that Drug, Zatai actually did fairly well given the fact that Drug and Cloud had taken multiple trips to the middle lane within the first 17 or so minutes in the game. Yet Zatai, Kassan is a champion that has a lot, that does have a lot of roaming potential, albeit, it doesn't output that much damage in the early game, and honestly, just Zatai should have taken a larger effort to roam more, especially to the top lane where things were in a stalemate, where the situation was in a stalemate between the dual lanes of OMG and IG. So, Really good on Cool for out roaming, and I think it's a matter of communication. You know, OMG were much more vocal about where they needed to put pressure around the map. Now you see Cool is able to split push. The 4 members of OMG are able to just roam across, put wards wherever they want to, and continually ensure that the members of IG are kept on their toes.
Yeah.
And the Baron control is extremely good too right now for OMG. I mean, they have complete vision control of this Baron. They can set up a pick any way they want to.
Yeah,
And
at this
that's-
point, they're going to do exactly that. So going forward, they managed to clear out a couple of wards, just making sure that there is nothing to be seen in this Baron side. And here we go. They want to take this fight. Coin pop by Cloud, looking to chase forward. They only land the Sonic Wave
Nice
onto
talisman.
Kitties. That was a good disengage, but they're going back in. Invictus Gaming, this may not be advisable. Whoa, dodge those hooks, Zatai. Doesn't even need to riff walk. He's got his moonwalking shoes on. Drug nearly goes in, and he dashes back too. A lot of fancy footwork this game. And
He baited out
OMG
the riff
says,
walk.
yeah, we don't need to fight you right now. We've got pressure on our side. So they continue to push forward.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. The members of OMG have a deceptive amount of cash potential. I mean, between the Rune Prism coming out from Go-Going, Drugs combo, Cool being able to put that fish on you, and Cloud getting a pick with his Death Sentence, I mean, they have a lot of pick potential. So, you know, the members of OMG are very flexible in the way they want to approach this, and I think it's all about Cloud getting the right hook right here.
They're just waiting for
They
the
are
pick,
sandwiched
trying to bait
between
this
a
one out.
Cloud and a hard place. Oh my goodness.
They're
this
on
is
the
not
wrong side of the
good,
map
though.
right now. Yeah, that's not your
Yes,
base.
they
Youngsu
are.
going to get kicked into tower range. Kitty's the... Oh my goodness,
Kid.
that was a massive brawl mold. They're around the side. Zatai is blowing up San, but he's got no backup. Stays alive. Youngsu trying to cut away. He's staying alive. Somehow, finally will go down. Youngsu could not sustain through all that one, and now Kid, he's got nowhere to go on the wrong side of his team. OMG is simply too strong right now, Soldra. They get themselves 2 kills, Dragon's up at 22, but they got to get back to base as there are minions pushing there. Cool is already back. Zatai, flayed in by Cloud. He rift walks out. Kitties might end up sacrificing here, though, and he will. I cannot believe it. More kills for OMG. They pick up 3 for none.
And that's going to be a free dragon as well, Pyrotechnics. I mean, what a win for the members of
Zatai.
Cloud.
That could have been real bad there, but he gets away.
Yeah.
This is not going to be
mean-
a free dragon. This is going to be a free Baron,
Free
Soldra.
Baron?
This
My
is
goodness.
a huge move. OMG just turning up the heat. They're going forward, a 5K gold lead. It's about to be a lot more. And that was just a mistake, a huge, colossal mistake on the part of Invictus Gaming to even get within range of those towers.
This is what having a playmaker like Cloud will do for you. They knew, the members of IG knew that they just had to get a ward into the Baron Pit, so they took the long way around outside of any brushes. I mean, let's just talk about the team fight right here. First of all, really nice Sonic Wave, Dragon's Rage from Drug, knocking up Kid as well. He's able to tag Kid with a Resonating Strike, and they're just able to isolate the members of Invictus Gaming. I mean, just at this point, OMG just team fights so well. They know they just play so well, and Cool was able to put just enough pressure on Kid before he Playful Trickster out, landed a Death Sentence on Kid, murder. Game's over right there. I mean,
That
this
looks like
is
communication problems. Invictus
Yeah,
was like,
that
do
was
we go in?
the
Do we go out? You saw Kid spending his rocket jump right away in that fight. And then Zatai comes around the side with the Rift Walk and says, I'm going to try and burst down San. Can't quite do it. And he's like, uh-oh, I got to get out of here. Flashes the wall and then just barely gets away. Uh-oh,
This is
Cool.
Oh,
He's chasing
this-
Zatai now,
Weston
and he doesn't want any
Weston.
part of that. Ult's coming in. He gets eaten, but he gets the Zani's Hourglass off to mitigate some of the damage. Rift walks away. Cool's going to be able to hunt him down, though, and down he goes.
Yeah.
That slippery fish
That's
picks
a
himself up another kill.
4 Cool with an Abyssal Scepter, a needlessly large-ass rod, and a Lichbane. I mean,
That's
this
one way to
Cool
put
guy, he is very, very fed. But no, this is what having a playmaker will do for you. When you have Cloud on Thresh, the amount of zone control, I mean, people don't realize this when watching the Chinese LPL, zone control is really king right here. When you're a team that can exert zone control, the world opens up for you. Cloud was able to exert like a 10-meter zone around the Baron Pit. The members of IG had to go around just to put a ward in the Baron Pit, and then Cloud showed himself, and they just got
Oh,
sandwiched.
cool! He's nearly going to get
Cool's
caught,
gonna
but yeah, the teleportation
gonna
from Going was absolutely clutch. And I don't think if Gid and Illusion could have done it, now they're trying to cut away. The ult's going to land. He gets slowed down. He gets eaten up. Kitty's back. Doesn't matter. Kid goes down. Big time. Going. Now on the chase as he picks himself up. Another kill. Explosive cast going to knock Cool away. I don't know if they want to take this drug. He's baiting this one out. They go in forward, and they're not going to get the kickoff, but it doesn't matter. Youngsu falls down. Zatai trying to come to the party, but he comes in late. Kitty's in him, running for their lives as San coming around the side now. OMG have just collapsed on Invictus Gaming, and this is going to be the start of the siege. Cool finds Kitty's on the outside. Going picks up that kill. Illusion now can't stand it. He goes down, and Zatai barely manages to riff walk away. Drug stays alive from the tower shots. This is going to be massive. OMG's going to get themselves an inhibitor. They can end the game.
The members of OMG are so big right now. I mean, what a series. This is why, frankly, this is why.
Back out. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move to back off. It's 20-second timers right now. I mean, frankly, and Cloud is looking to make it another play.
Yeah.
Cloud's like, no, guys, don't leave. Come on, I need to have more than 12 assists.
They have just fallen apart at the seams, not able to take team fights, but they keep trying. Bless their little hearts, they keep going for these engagements, and it's just not working out. Kid, his Tristana normally is much better than this, and his positioning has just seemed off tonight.
I mean, the members of OMG are so fed. The members who need to be fed right now. I mean, you got the 517 Ziggs, you got the 208 Kog'Maw, you got Cloud just hooking people for no reason over walls.
Bans? We don't need no stinking bans. They have got this game so far.
These boys can do anything right now. And this really is the difference between North American and European play and the Chinese play. The people, say all the time, the Chinese aren't that good at strategy. It's true, but we're good at zone control.
Oh,
baby.
Cloud.
Oh,
that was good. Good collapse from IG, but they also spent.
That was the strategy I was talking about. Okay,
yeah, that was
okay.
Nice
So some of the decision making wasn't that good, but just the team fighting is so crisp from the side of OMG. I mean, when they team fight, when they set their minds on a certain target, just the zoning is perfect. The team fighting is beautiful. These boys from OMG can do anything right now. I mean, they are looking so hot with the return of Cloud.
Illusion. He gets caught up. As tanky as he is, can't manage to do much of anything. But wait a minute, they turn their sights onto Kitties. There's an ult coming out. Zatai manages to stay alive. Zani's hourglass is being popped all around the map. Drug is going to get himself another kill. Mops it up onto Zatai. Kitties and Yangsu all melt, and that was actually San taking him down in the back line. Illusion's going to fall over.
Goodbye.
Kid's the only one alive. He's got nothing left in the tank, and neither does the rest of Invictus Gaming. Minions knocking on the front door. They don't even need the inhibitor. OMG is just going to take this game. GG. Well played as everything falls around. The walls are coming down, and Invictus Gaming drops game number 1.
I mean, the walls fell a long time ago, my friend. What a stomp coming out from OMG. What a stomp coming out from OMG. Really well played. Cloud's maiden performance, at least his return performance, goes perfectly. I mean, we need an encore of this guy. Thank God there's a game 2. The members of OMG played so well. They knew that they had to get relatively ahead early just because of the Tristana damage, just because of how good Kassadin is in the later stages of the game. Obviously, the members of OMG had to feel a little bit of pressure. They responded so well. They played the map extremely well. And I just want to point out, Cloud was roaming towards the mid lane in their enemy jungle all game, while Kitties was just staying in lane with Kid. I mean, that's the difference right there. The members of OMG look to make plays. They communicate well, they identify where they are weakest, and they go and patch those weaknesses really effectively. It just looked like IG was late single rotation. I mean, these guys did not OG and TSM well enough at all.
They did not OG and TSM rotate.
Monty would not be pleased. But
no, that was
really,
is that your Korean bias coming out? Tell me now,
just a little bit. No. The funny thing is that Monte Cristo taught me the Korean anthem, so.
That's not something everyone can claim, actually. So wow,
yes,
that's something new every day.
Of course, but then the really well played from OMG. Strategically, they handled the pressure well. Team fights were crispy. I mean, these boys are looking really strong, and I expect the same out of OMG for the next game. Can we expect the same out of IG? I think they honestly should be attacking that bottom lane more. Demand, move your move your dual lane to the bottom lane. Just put them in a traditional 2v2 setting. Possibly let the bottom lane try to counterpick the AD carry and support champions coming out from OMG, because you need to give Kid an opportunity to beat Son and Cloud in lane, where they are where they are the weakest, sorry, because OMG looks very strong in every single aspect of the game. You just need to attack the little parts, and the little parts, I mean, you gotta go for the cracks, right?
With
and the
Cloud.
crack, yeah,
That
you got
was
the cracks.
such a strong team fight. Those thresh hooks
Oh my
were...
God.
Borrow more Korean phrases. Those were Mad Life set up thresh hooks. I mean, he was nailing every single one with the greatest of ease. Let's take a look at this other team fight as they're talking about on the desk. Kid gets kicked up. There is Cloud coming forward. The Braum ulti gets spent out, but it almost seems like it barely tickles them. Then Zatai comes in, tries to burst down San. Doesn't even matter. They collapse on him, and he has to leave. Yangsu runs distraction, and Cool doesn't even go down to this 3-man. He dodges away. This is just amazing team fight positioning, and the fizz from Cool was huge this game. Cloud set up a lot of kills, but MVP definitely over to that fizz.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of players played very well this game. I don't know who's going to get the MVP. It probably will be... sorry, excuse me. It probably will be Cool's Fizz. San might get the MVP as well. I think San ended up with a perfect KDA, didn't die once this game. Just the members, every single member played really well. Every single member. They flashed forward with confidence. They... You know, Cloud seemed unafraid in the face of nearly the entirety of IG at times. Just really well played. And IG's got to step it up. I think, you know, they didn't do what their champions needed to do, and they might have tunneled on the Kassadin a little bit. I think if they had the Kassadin, they should have gotten another more solid frontline threat. If not the Gragas, then probably pick the Shyvana. I also think that and obviously the Fizz was a last pick from Cool, so you can't really say anything against that. You can never expect Cool to pick up that Fizz. That's going to be on the minds of every Chinese AD carry now. But really, it's going to be about can IG protect themselves from the carries of OMG. And I guess we're going to take a break.
Yep, we're going to be taking a bit of a break as you guys watch some more awesome Juice commercials. So when we come back, can IG come back and take out OMG, or will they fall in the same fashion after that? Guys, you're watching the LPL in English. Don't touch that browser.
TJ3C 商城让你梦想成真，99元的新蝰蛇，你敢信吗？直降100元的经典神器，你想要吗？史无前例，仅此3天，还不赶紧登录 TJ3C.PLU.CN。